What makes The Office so legendary isn't just the story. It's the completely unhinged random moments that happen every 5 seconds. 1 minute Michael Scott is giving business advice. The next minute Creed admits he faked his own death. This show somehow turns a normal paper company into the most chaotic workplace in television history. So today, we're looking at some of the funniest, weirdest, and most out-of-pocket moments from The Office that prove this show was absolute comedy genius. Michael Scott is basically what happens when confidence spawns before intelligence. This man can turn a normal meeting into psychological warfare in under 30 seconds. Like when he casually asks, "Does anyone have a problem with that?" and immediately creates 5 different closets, including a heavy petting closet. Nobody in that office knows how meetings become worse every single minute, but Michael somehow finds a way. And the crazy thing is, he genuinely believes he's helping. Then we get Date Mike, possibly the worst alter ego in sitcom history. Michael describes a perfect date, and suddenly it turns into an action movie where ninjas attack him and a woman gets hit with a poison arrow. What starts as romance somehow ends in murder. That's the magic of Michael Scott. Every conversation becomes a disaster movie. Honestly, Creed Bratton might be the funniest character in the entire show, because every single sentence he says sounds illegal. The man casually admits, "For tax reasons, I faked my own death." Excuse me? Or when he says he lives in the office 4 nights a week and spends the other 3 nights in Toronto. Nobody reacts anymore because the employees have accepted that Creed exists on a different plane of reality. Dwight Schrute is the only person who treats office life like military combat training. This man has hidden weapons, survival kits, fake trapdoors, and probably classified government documents somewhere in his desk. Even normal conversations with Dwight become ridiculous. Someone mentions flowers and Dwight goes on a rant about preferring the smell of dirt, blood, and smoking gun barrels. That is not a human response. And Jim Halpert spends almost every episode mentally destroying Dwight for sport. The wallet prank? Perfect. Dwight instantly assumes Jim committed financial terrorism. Cancel card. Cancel card. Cancel card. The funniest part is Dwight always knows Jim did something, even when Jim actually didn't. One thing The Office mastered better than almost any comedy show was random conversations that spiral completely out of control. A discussion about a wall existing suddenly becomes a philosophical crisis. How do I know the wall is still there if I'm not looking at it? 5 seconds later, nobody remembers the original meeting topic. That's what makes the show feel real. It's exactly how coworkers act when nobody wants to work. Ryan and Kelly might honestly be television's most exhausting relationship. These two break up, get back together, fight, cry, flirt, scream, and exchange Christmas gifts all within the same conversation. Ryan says, "Throw my gift away too." And somehow Kelly thinks that's romantic. Their relationship is basically emotional warfare with holiday decorations. Stanley Hudson reached a level of peace most people dream about. This man genuinely stopped caring about everything. Meetings? No. Office drama? No. Rules? Absolutely not. Apparently Stanley once drove straight through a red light and just said, "Oops, that's not stress anymore. That's enlightenment." The reason these scenes are so funny is because the show never forces the jokes. Nobody pauses for punchlines. Nobody explains the comedy. The characters fully believe the insane things they're saying. That's why moments like, "It's called hentai and it's art," or "Maybe I'm the father," hit so hard out of nowhere. The humor feels natural, even when it's completely ridiculous. At the end of the day, The Office isn't just a sitcom. It's chaos. Pure chaos. A workplace filled with conspiracy theories, fake identities, relationship disasters, random screaming, and one man who thinks vibrate mode sounds like a jackhammer. And somehow, it all works perfectly. That's why years later people still rewatch these clips nonstop, because no matter how many times you've seen them, Michael Scott yelling, Dwight overreacting, and Creed saying something terrifying will never stop being funny. And honestly, that's what makes The Office one of the greatest comedy shows ever made. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and comment your favorite Office moment of all time. And remember, Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. I'll see you in the next one.